What's good, everybody? Now, this is the fifth episode, okay? Now, as you can see, you're going to get a lot, right? You're going to get some economic videos and you're going to get like just some educational videos too, right? So, I hope y'all checked out the video about credit. That's very good video. And I'm going to drop another video about business credit too. So, be on the lookout for that video too. But I really want to talk about the economic news today, right? About like the Federal Reserve, the interest rates, what's going on with Jerome Powell and Trump, right? Because these are very important. Like you have to know what's going on in your economy so you can understand how to maneuver, right? Because rates affect everything, right? Unemployment affect everything because if you have a service or if you have like a good or service type of business and you know that unemployment rate is kind of high, then you can kind of maneuver. You can see, okay, what's going on, right? So this is very important. Like when I drop these videos about like Federal Reserve or the economy or the monetary policies or just giving you updates, these videos are very vital. Okay, so definitely like, definitely comment, definitely subscribe. Okay, and let's just get to it, y'all. Now, this is a very important metric to understand, okay? The PCE inflation report. Now, the feds use this, okay? Now, what PCE is the personal consumption expenditure. So it tracks the price people pay for goods and services, giving a broad view of consumer spending and price trends in the economy. Now, it tracks clothing, gas, transportation, housing, healthcare, all that, right? So it pretty much just gives the feds overview of what consumers are spending their money on. So they will use this metric PCE to see if they need to lower rates or increase them. Okay, and with that, so if PCE comes out high, then they're going to increase rates. But if PCE come out low, then you can expect rate cuts, right? And this is a good metric just to understand because if you know that the PCE report is high, then you know cost of living is going to be high, then you can kind of maneuver from there, right? But this is just a very good metric to understand. Of course, do more research, but that's pretty much the overview of what PCE is, right? And now the Fed's goal is at 2% right now. So it's at 2.6 right now. That's to me is healthy inflation, right? Because you don't want to go around 2%, even though the Fed's goal is 2%. But if you go below 2%, then it might be deflation, right? So that's a whole nother problem that we don't want to face. Okay, so I feel like even though with everything going on with the tariffs, with the wars, with the AI things, to keep this at 2.6% is very good, and it shows how well Jerome Powell is doing this thing, man. So in another thing too is just like tariffs. It's like everything is still kind of uncertainty with tariffs, right? So that's why Jerome Powell is not really doing no like major rate cuts, even though he said it in 2024 that in 2025 it would be only two rate cuts, right? So we gonna see with that, man. But overall, just the inflation report, this is pretty good in my perspective. This is a pretty good report, right? Now, so we know that there's a lot of things going on with Jerome Powell and Trump, right? We know that Trump wants to basically have Jerome Powell fired because Jerome Powell is not moving fast enough on cutting rates, okay? Now, Jerome Powell said that the economy is doing good based on the numbers, right? So here are just the main points, right? That they're only going to do rate cuts if inflation stays low, job market weakens, or if the tariffs impact, right? Like, and we don't know because 2 3 months ago it was a pause on tariffs, then unpause, pause again. Then we're going to do like a certain amount of countries. Certain countries are going to get tariffs. Other countries are not. So it's just a lot of uncertainty going on, and we see that with the markets. Okay, so we just have to understand that when it's a lot of uncertainty going on, still invest, right? Because I know that you are getting a better entry point. So it's called dollar cost averaging. So even though all this stuff is going on, if you trust a company that you believe in that will excel in the next 5 to 10 years, then of course it's going to be little noise throughout that little term, okay, of what you see to invest in that company. But if you could just stay humble, stay grounded, know that the best is yet to come, then just dollar cost average, right? So that's what I would say. But yeah, man, like just like inflation and tariffs and that is really gonna make um break or make to see if Jerome Powell will cut rates. Now, here's the questions that everybody been wanting to know. Why haven't Jerome Powell cut rates, right? Like I said before, the tariff uncertainty, right? Like we know that tariffs is huge, man, because if businesses have to pay more for a product, they not finna cut their profit margin off. And we don't know if they're gonna cut back employees to make sure that price will make sure like their profit margin is good. So they're probably gonna put them prices on the consumer. So now the consumer has to pay double for the product. Okay, so it's like we're not experiencing that now, but just me reading articles, and it's probably ain't gonna hit us until October, November, right? Once them tariffs set in place. So that's why Jerome Powell is not really moving. He really waiting on the sideline because just like I said, it's just a lot of uncertainty. First you got pauses going on, then you unpause it. So it's just like you really can't maneuver, right? And it's so crazy because the central bank and the central government and like that whole little triangle, even with the president of the economy, like everything has to work together, just like an engine for the car. Everything has to work together, right? Everything has to work together for it to function properly. Okay. Now we know that unemployment rate is still at 4.2%. That's great. That's good. 4.2% is the unemployment rate. 2.6 is the inflation rate. The Fed's goal is 2%. So I mean, dude, 4 to 5%. That's good for unemployment rate. Anything over 6%, now that's bad. But in the fours, that's pretty good, man. Like I really feel like, despite of what's going on with these wars, despite going on with like these AI wars, despite going on with Trump and Jerome Powell, like the economy is looking good. Like the economy is doing way better than it was 2 to 3 years ago, right? So we just have to just keep being patient, but no matter what, because it's just noise, always dollar cost average. Always invest into long-term accounts. Always invest into companies that you can see in the long term, right? And then I'm gonna just give y'all a game, bro. We have to start listening to the news, right? Like Yahoo Finance, whatever business news outlet that you want to see, right? Now we know that different people from out of the country are investing. Like it was like this one person that invested almost like 500 billion into open AI startups, right? So we just have to understand, like they never going to tell us what's the next wave, but if you invest in these companies, man, that are prioritizing AI because that is the next move, then there's nothing 100% guaranteed, but your edge is pretty much more highly if you was to invest in the companies that have a good market cap, strong CEO, and that is trying to expand in this AI. You're good. Now, who can replace Jerome Powell, right? Now we've been hearing that for a minute. Trump want him out of there. Trump saying he want a new person in office. So here are just a few candidates that was in the race, right? So we know Kevin Walsh. He's pretty good. I like him because he had very good experience in the 2008 financial crisis. But the thing is, he has a hawkish approach on inflation, and Trump has a dovish approach. So they kind of like, it's like they're going like two opposite directions. So it's not going to really like click unless Kevin be more of a dovish approach. But I do like how he been around since the 2008 financial crisis. And Christopher Waller, he is pretty good too. But the thing is, he wants to keep rates steady, okay? And Trump wants to decrease rates, even though he is a good candidate. But it's just like their goals is just not crossing at all. Now Scott Bensett, he is pretty good. Now he wants to do everything with Trump, like lower rates, and I feel like he would be very good at this. But the thing is that he wants to stay at Treasury, which I don't blame him, because it's a lot of headaches and a lot of stuff dealing with to being in that Jerome Powell chair. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with being in that Fed chair. Okay. So, and then with David, he is pro rate cuts, but I just feel like the person who, to me, I feel like who had a shot or that would have been good is Scott, but Kevin is good too, right? So now I just want to give y'all that just to see, just to show y'all who is up and running, who can possibly take Jerome Powell's spot. But I mean, to be honest, bro, it's like in sales. You can't fire nobody who doing their job. The Feds only got two goals, which is unemployment rate and inflation. They controlling both of those pretty good. Like, unemployment is at 4.2%, inflation is at 2.6%, right? So like the Fed fund rate is at 4.2 to 4.5%. Okay, so it's like the economy is doing well, but I feel like everybody is on a standstill because we're waiting to see how this tariffs will unfold, right? Because if people paying more for the same products, trust me, man, it ain't gonna end well. So let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about this video, okay? Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. Definitely comment on this video. Let me know what y'all think. Like, do y'all like videos like this, or do y'all want to just keep it where I'm just basically doing educational stuff, like just teach you about credit, business credit, how to look at stocks. You're going to get some trading videos. So just be on the lookout, y'all. And peace.